We stay interested in going to bed or wake up yawning, go ahead and listen in. Even all day long, they still be watching on their computers and their phones. They stay locked in. It's that Bilingual Podcast, where we talking with Big Mo and Platinum Cash.
Woo! Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. This Sunday before Christmas. The Bilingual Podcast with your host, Big Mo, me, Platinum Cash. We got another great show for y'all on the 21st here, December. Back here in Portland for y'all. We got an hour and a half show. We were started a little bit late. Had some things come up, so we had to take care of a few of those things, but we are here for y'all tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we have another week in the books. Mo, how was your week?
Another week in the books, baby. We're cracking down. Final week before the new year start the countdown, huh? Can't complain, man. I'm still here, still alive. I mean, that's all I can ask for in a week, right? But it's been pretty chill, laid back. Had a good Christmas party yesterday, by the way. I thought that went really well. Shout out to everybody who
Shout out to Big Mo and the wife for the White Elephant holiday party. That was great. Actually, I'm going to start out really great. How great that holiday party was. Right here. Look at this. Look at that right there. Look at that.
You know what? You didn't.
This wasn't even my White Elephant gift. I just took it from somebody else.
Yeah, we know it wasn't your gift. You know what was funny when I actually got that? I got it within the budget. But when I got it, and it asked me for the size, I said, "Let me get an XL because this dude is gonna do whatever he can do to get it." So I thought it was awesome. I thought we had a really good time last night. Opportunity to get away from life and basketball and just enjoy one another, right? So every year I have this. I feel like every year it gets better and better all the time. Every year I just feel it brings all of the friends and stuff closer to one another, but just shows how much we appreciate each other throughout the year, right? Because not every day we get to sit back and reach out to one another as frequent as we do, right? So it's always good to catch up with people I haven't seen in a while.
The next time Mo's gonna have a light in the middle of that room. Now I put it out here, so now you can't ever erase it. It's in the internet world.
You know what happens when it goes to the internet? It never come out.
But no, it was a good week. We had some games, some tough losses. We did get some wins.
We did have some
freshman and JV.
Yeah, my freshmen won 2 in a row this week, which was good for them.
Yeah,
it was really good to hear that.
Shout out for the freshmen.
The JV went 1-1, and it could have been
2-0.
But it's just those situations where you put the you put the game in the officials' hands and tough things happen.
I don't even know if I want to wait to cuts. I'm cutting officials in all sports, by the way.
God, you can't do that.
My Lions officials getting cut. My team of basketball officials getting cut. These refs are out here to get me. Good thing I don't bet on my teams.
Yeah. But yeah, and then varsity went 0-2. We had an opportunity to win on Friday and we just didn't get it done. But it just goes back to what I just told my JV team: don't put the game in the officials' hands, and we did just that on Friday night, and the results was a L. So it was well fought game. I can't be too mad, and now we're back at it.
Some good
tomorrow.
Things to build off of.
It was.
I mean, as opposed to some other games, this was actually some positive things that happened.
Yeah, no, that's true. So we're back at it tomorrow, man. Got a game tomorrow night, a Monday night game. So that's always fun.
Over Christmas break.
But yeah, the break has officially started. So we'll prepare for one of the best teams in the state, in my opinion. But yeah, it should be fun.
Wow. What's in the news? Normally I have some stuff right now, y'all.
How was your week, man? Before we get to the news, dang, you ain't even talk to nobody about your week.
I did. It's the same. We did the same stuff. Basketball.
We did do the same stuff. It's crazy how much you and I together. So I guess
It's
one of
pretty
us
much the
can get a
same
recap
thing.
of that means for both of us, huh?
Hey, we did have that Saturday off, so I did spend my Saturday watching some football. Oh, yeah, we get into those football games too. But yeah, watch some football. Like I said, none of the teams I think I got one team right this weekend. So that's not good. Good thing I'm not betting on that stuff.
Look,
Um,
I yeah,
finish up some got to finish up some Christmas shopping. That's what this week is about.
I just told myself that I literally just asked myself, did I buy anything for Christmas yet? And the answer is no. So
Here's the crazy part is my whole tree is full of presents. I ain't bought one of them.
yeah, so I'm
There's just a whole bunch of presents on there. I not bought a single present.
but I do this every year. I'm so used to it now. I'll always wait to the final day. Um, and then I'm that one guy that's out there, peoples.
And by the way,
Um,
you guys can't still believe in no Santa Claus if your presents are already underneath the tree before the kids for the next morning. So I'm just trying to tell you.
that is true. And you know what? I'll never forget it. Like as a kid with Anaya, we did not bring anything out until Christmas Eve.
Ah,
So we would have everything wrapped up, but it's in our closets and in cars and stuff like that,
yeah.
garage. But when she was a kid, we did not bring anything out until Christmas Eve, until after
Oh
she
wow.
went to bed Christmas Eve, and she would wake up to everything. And I
Shoot,
think
that's
that
that's
was
stuff on our tree on December 2nd.
but that was like the fun days though, man. Like I think my parents did me like that. They would wrap them all up Christmas Eve. Except me, I did not wrap them up Christmas Eve. Like I actually wrap in advance and just bring them out when she went to bed.
Yeah.
But now, I just think today kids are a lot more spoiler. So they pretty much dictate what they want, right? And I was just
Oh yeah, I know this.
it's funny
It
because I
used to
was
be a list and you used to pick like one or two
yeah,
things.
yeah, you pick one or
No,
two
she
things
got
off your
everything
list.
on the list.
You pretty much get everything on the list, and I think,
I was like, ain't there a birthday coming up? Like, can't we space this out? Like, why we got to get everything right now?
you know what, that my little brother's birthday is December 24th, so kinda if you talk about birthday coming up, like, here's bam bam for him, so, yeah, that kinda sucks for him, but yeah.
Or it could
I
be
don't
great because then everybody's there for your birthday.
yeah, I don't know why we do what we do, like, in today's world when it comes down to Christmas.
Do kids really
Um
play with that many toys anymore? It's more tablets and phones now.
It is, and even in my house, we typically don't buy gifts. Last year, we didn't buy anything. We buy the nieces and nephews, like, the
Oh, okay.
people outside of because we're all older now, and then this year, we was eating breakfast, and we talked about not doing it again, and I made the comment that Christmas don't feel like Christmas if there's no gifts. That was the comment I made, right? And so my wife and my mom took it to the extreme,
And
right?
so
And
now you
all
got
of
a
a
bunch of gifts.
now all of a sudden they had to draw names, right? So we
Oh, that's
just
what we
drew
do.
names to
So
do a
one
gift.
person buys like
Y
a $50 gift, so you're
you
not
know, but
buying everybody a gift.
yeah, but I
Even
just
though
think
I
for
always tend to buy my mom and dad a gift, no matter what.
yeah, I typically do too, but I just think for me, it's like, I don't know, man, like, I've kinda grown out of it, only because, like, just throughout the year, you're so blessed, right? So, I just I'll tell any parent, right, like, bless your kids throughout the year, then you don't have to worry about one day, 1 month, because there's people that really go into debt
Oh no, I know.
to try and make their kids happy, for that one day out the
One
year,
day,
right?
just so they can wake up
Which
and say they got some presents.
yeah, and that's crazy, man. It's even crazy just to think about that,
You know what I'm
right?
gonna do? I'm just gonna wrap up like canned foods, a loaf of bread.
And see what they say.
Be like, hey, look, that's the present right there. Eat that. Same a whole package. I'm gonna wrap a lunch up and wrap it.
But you know what though? I gotta be careful because last year I thought I was doing somebody a favor by getting her some bird seed, and she's been
A
yelling at me.
favor.
Yeah, bro. Like,
What are we
yeah,
gonna do with birdseed?
well, I was
You could at
told
least
Bray
put a
like
birdhouse with it instead of
no,
Oreo dippers.
no, you get one at a time. So she got the bird seeds because Bray like birds.
I'm surprised she didn't re-gift it.
I was waiting on her to do that this year. Every gift that was opened up, I was like, "Ooh, is it the bird seeds?"
Yeah, I'm surprised. I told her she should have re-gifted it
She could have opened them bird seeds and
with
sodded
the
out
birdhouse,
back.
so at least the next person can actually use it.
She could have sought them birds out bad. I mean, she could have
I don't
sought
need
them
no
seeds out
birds.
bad.
The only birds that are over here are crows.
Oh, no, you'll get birds if you
No, I
actually
don't need no birds. We don't
there's
need no
birds
more
out
birds. This just brings bird dookie with it. I don't need that. Which is
there.
also their pee at the same time, we found out.
Oh, man. Boy, you stupid.
So now we know that they pee and dookie at the same time.
So did you hear, this week, there was a lady, that was arrested, in the news, 40 years after kidnapping her daughter
From her dad?
from her dad. It took them 40 years to find her.
She already grown. Like, what are you gonna
So
do now?
understand the mom has changed her name. She's remarried, the whole 9 yards. And she was outside walking her dog or outside her house talking to the
Is
neighbor.
this lady like 60-something years old now?
She's older. She's 70, I think.
And they're charging her
Uh,
with kidnapping?
40 years later, they caught her.
Is the husband still alive? Or ex-husband? Dad?
Yeah. So her husband's still alive. They interviewed the daughter. The daughter was just in disbelief that she kept her away from her family that long, like
Oh,
40
oh,
years. She had no
cool. Okay.
recollection,
I
no
thought you might have
knowledge.
told her later, like, yeah, I kept you away, and
Nope,
then she ended up
nope,
talking.
nope. 40
She still
years
hasn't
later.
seen him.
I
Well, now she
think
probably has, but
they've reunited now.
yeah.
But what was crazy was that the new husband was like, "What's going on?" Right? Because she's been arrested 40
Wow.
years later, bro. And I haven't finished watching all of it. They got it, with TikTok, they got it all broken out and stuff, and it pisses me off
So you can
because
get all
then
the views.
I ain't got time to watch all of them series, man. I only got time for a little bit, but
Those things
40
are a
years
minute
later, bro,
long, Mo. You act like it's 30 minutes long on a TikTok.
I still ain't got time. I still ain't. I like a minute is
You
long
fall
time.
asleep to them. You should have plenty of time.
Exactly. That's why I don't have time because most of the time I'm so damn tired. I usually go to sleep on them. But it just made me just sit back and think. You know,
People get busted for crimes back in the past
I
because you
I,
got
I get
DNA now that they didn't
I,
have,
I get
different
that.
ways of testing.
I understand that, but just what do you do when you've committed a crime and you spent an entire life
You should be
like
happy.
like and then to get caught at such an older age
You
and
lived your life.
so that's your thought process.
Oh no. Y'all better stop flipping up there.
So that's your thought process is they should be happy and they've lived their life.
Well, yeah, you would have been. Otherwise, you would have been in jail at some point. Maybe not get. I don't know how much time she's gonna get. She's probably gonna get now a lot because it's been 40 years. But back then, if she would have got caught, she probably would have only got like 16 months in jail or something like that. Like nothing crazy. So I don't know what they're gonna give her after 40 years and
So
how old she is. So they might just give her, put it on a charge on her and make her pay a fine and
that's my next question. So you committed a crime 40 years ago and you're charged for it and they catch you 40 years later. Are you charged based on 40 years ago or are you charged based on 2025,
they
26?
charge you based on now. So some people some people you got away with it. You wish you would have got
Yeah,
caught before, but you done live 30, 40 years.
yeah.
So I mean, that's one of those comebacks around to get you.
That's tough. That's
You can't
crazy,
say
man.
it's one of your best years because you got to live those already.
Yeah, but that's still but you're on a obviously she's on the latter part of her life, right?
Yep.
So if you think about it, right, like that just like it's like she had no clue. What was crazy is I'm pretty sure she had an inkling or something because she's
Yeah.
changed her name. They say she changed her name over 35 years ago. So she's been going by this whole new identity, married to a whole new man, and all of a sudden, 40 years later, they arrest you in front of your house with your new husband saying, "What's going on?" The neighbors making jokes and they're coming for you, not knowing that they really was coming for this lady. so that is
I mean,
mind
it
blowing.
happens. Like them dudes that be killing people go live their life for 30 years. Dude I was just watching one of those shows. He just got arrested 30 years later. And
That's
he was like,
crazy.
"Oh, I knew one day you guys would be coming."
Yeah,
And
just
then his
thinking about
wife's like, he
that.
didn't do it. Yeah, he did it.
And the fact that he's like he knew one day that they would be coming it just shows you that much. Like in the back, it's been in the back of his head
Yeah,
this
he said
entire
it.
long
I've been
time.
having dreams and
Yeah,
nightmares about
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's crazy. Um, did you see they released the suspect, the Brown University shooting last week. Not only did he killed the two people and injured the people at Brown, but 2 days later he went and murdered an MIT professor at
Oh, they
a
still haven't caught the
kidnapping.
guy?
They called him. He ended up committing suicide. They found him in a storage facility,
Oh, wow.
and they tracked him because he had rental cars, so they was able to pinpoint him all the way back. But they weren't like understand. 2 days later, he went and committed another
Yeah, because they
murder
were still looking for him. They didn't know who it
while
was.
they were
They
still
had a
looking for him.
$50,000 thing out for him.
How crazy is that, man? Like that's a sick person right there.
But they said that he killed these dudes that were scientists for some kind of something.
You know, I think the some of the things that kills me is like with this when he was here on a lottery visa.
Green card visa or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's
that
part of the news that the president was talking about, how he's going to
but that's what
increase that.
like it's it doesn't matter what country you're from, doesn't matter nationality.
It doesn't.
Like killing is wrong,
Because a lot
right?
of people
And
be from here doing it. So it don't matter.
yeah, and I just think that was crazy though. The fact that they went 2 days and then catch the guy. It's crazy how a mass shooter can get away. Like you're not
But
hearing
yeah,
this.
no, I know. I know.
I ain't talking about somebody in the hood getting shot, or I ain't talking about it's crazy how a university that should be secured with cameras. Understand, like A, it's Massachusetts. B, it should be cameras on every block. And he got away for a few days to
He probably could have been away. He just
go
decided to
murder
do it
someone else.
again.
Yeah.
So he was on a mission, or somebody had him on a
But
mission
that's
to
the
do
thing.
something.
They weren't able to find him, and he was living in
Storage.
a storage. He was from Florida, right? So it was like, what is going on here? So that thing is all over the board, and obviously last week when we chatted briefly about it, we talked about how um the news wasn't covering it like they should, right? Like they jumped straight to international news with the incident that was
In
happening in
Australia.
Australia,
Yeah.
and no one said that
Either one is
they
better than the
shouldn't
other, bigger.
cover it.
But yeah.
Either one is better than the other. But all I am saying is that we don't cover our news here that's going on in our own country how we would cover things that's going on in a whole different country.
That's
So
why people watch the internet over normal news, because people that are there usually have the real,
mhm, mhm.
usually, not 100%, usually have the real
Yeah,
news.
that's crazy. Another thing, NASCAR driver was plane crash earlier this week, killing him and his family. So definitely thoughts and prayers are out with the families there. But
Biffle?
yeah, that was
Look at that.
no one knows why they did
Do I
get the
read it?
black box. It killed 7. I mean, it's so
It,
crazy
it
that
happened right after he took off.
yeah. They said they made it up to like 2,000 feet before it happens. And again, for anybody that don't know, typically taking off and landing are the most dangerous things when it comes to flying an airplane. It's never in
Hmm.
the air. It's usually the taking off and landing piece of it. It's the scary part.
I got a story. You see
Hold
the one
on.
that I sent? The guy that
No. Wh-
his wife came and told him that she was going to get a divorce. And he said, "No, that ain't finna work." So he went outside. She was on the phone, came back in, laid in the bed with her, and doused them both with uh, gasoline and set them both on fire, himself and her.
Wait. When did you
But
send me
but
this one?
but nobody. She survived, but and he got arrested. Nobody died. The injuries were, but no one died. But yeah, he got mad because she asked for divorce. So he said, Ain't nobody gonna have you if I can't have you." And he doused them
So
both with
so was
gasoline
he
and set them both on
so
fire.
Was he trying to kill her, or was he just trying
Yes,
to make her
he was
look
trying to
so
kill
bad to
himself
the point
and
nobody would date
her.
her? So, so who's gonna find the worst way to possibly die?
Uh,
Setting yourself on fire. That gotta
I,
be
I I have
like
no idea. I don't know
I can
what.
only imagine.
I'm pretty sure that's part of the reason why the divorce was happening. He obviously isn't in the right mind.
I can only imagine though, like you being set on fire though. But not only did he set like not only did he dang that's a mission fail.
Well, obviously, yeah.
That's a fail, y'all. All she had to do is stop, drop, and roll, and she good, right? So I mean, she may not
Well,
look
she
the
was laying
same.
in the bed.
She could start rolling in the bed.
I don't know
Right?
what happened after the fact, but she didn't die.
But you know why
But
I struggle
he's
with that
arrested for
one?
attempted murder.
How much gasoline was he able to pour while she was in the bed?
That I don't know.
And it happened while she was on the phone?
Correct.
There's some crazy people in this world, chat.
Oh no, it gets even crazier. I got another story. So this lady pretends like she's delivering food to her exes. Two of her exes. She pretends like she's delivering food to, and then she goes and kills both of them. Both of her exes.
They
Because the only
must
way
have
she can
really,
get back into them is pretending like she was delivering some food.
mhm. They must have really hurt her, bro.
Well,
She was hurt.
obviously, she got both exes.
She was hurt. Like both of them must have screwed her. There has to be more to that story.
Let's see.
Like maybe they knew each other, they played around with her. I don't know, but that just don't sound for like no one's gonna
She
think
used a
that.
stolen Panera bread. She used a stolen Panera order to access one of their homes.
Well, first of all, how did she know that person was ordering Panera? Like, was she sitting outside
That's
and
the
the
thing.
Panera people popped up, and then
She was like,
she,
"Give me that food."
yeah, you see what I'm saying?
And they're
Like,
like,
yep,
"Okay."
it's going to me, and then she went upstairs and did it, or like, how did that pan out? Like, for you to steal a Panera or
And it's a
order?
Florida woman, by the way.
Always a Florida woman, man. Tell me something I don't know.
Why is she only charged with second-degree homicide when she killed two people and she deliberately had had it planned?
That
That's
is,
first-degree
that
capital murder. Like,
well, it actually sounds like premeditated murder to
yeah, I
me.
don't understand how that's a.
But it's also the state of Florida too, so just keep that
Uh,
in mind. The state of Florida is a little bit those laws there is pretty. You got to have a crazy case to determine what murder is there. So both her exes
both
is
of her exes.
um, I just want to if I dated anybody back in my day, obviously I've been married for a while and dated my wife prior. I apologize in advance
Wow.
if I made you mad. Just I apologize. Like I just should let everybody just clear my conscience right now. With the session of that girl that kicked my ass in karate, I ain't apologizing to you, but everybody else, I do apologize. That's just crazy, man. Like
Wow.
she was it. Let me ask you this: was it the same day, or was it different days,
I'm
or
looking at that. One was on the 17th. Oh no, she did them both on the same day, December
did she have
17th.
did she have a current boyfriend?
Yeah, she shot him right when they opened the dang door.
I need to follow that one a little bit more. I'm telling you,
And
there's
they've been
something.
divorced for 11 years.
So she was married to one of them then. So she was married to one of them, and then
Oh, and
and
she
then
owed back child support.
so they both took child
Wait
support
a
from her.
minute. She owed back child support and came at it from being divorced 11 years ago. And so she didn't want to pay it.
So
And
decided to kill her.
she tried to blame her husband for being a child molester and abuser. Wow.
That-
Yeah, there's a lot to that story.
yeah. I figured there will be a lot. That's crazy though. That is crazy.
Oh, better,
So
better
the
pay child support.
judge, another thing in the news that's happening right now, the judge overturned the murder conviction and the killing of Run DMC Jam Master Jay. What are your thoughts?
That's I don't even know. They need to get more information on that particular case because I don't know the guy how the whole situation happened, how that guy became the guy anyway. And is it just getting overturned because of some information got leaked or some things were done wrong in the actual trial and it's going to be retried, or he actually didn't do it for technicalities is what it is.
Well, they can't retry him because you can't be tried for a case more than one time. That's double
It is
jeopardy.
if it gets dropped for technicalities because then they can redo the same case because of the issue.
From what I'm hearing, it was not due to any technicalities or anything like
Oh,
that. The
okay.
judge the judge overturned it. Um, he just didn't feel that this person.
They had enough information to actually put him in there.
Yeah.
That's nice for that judge. I'm pretty sure he happy he get out for
I
Christmas.
You know what drives me crazy is that why is it that a lot of these A-list rappers, how is it their killers always getting away? Not the B list, not the C list, but the top tier rappers that's supposed to have top security, the Tupacs, the Biggies, the Jam Master Jays, right? How is it that you have that type of security, but and you still get away?
You just don't because you don't be having that type of security most of the times. And a lot of the times is usually when your security is slacking.
But then does the
Like them, they were in cars.
but does
Stop
the
at,
fed
at lights and stop signs.
but does the federal government not research those cases like they do other high profile people's?
No,
You think they just close it?
it's a fire. It just keeps it going, right? So if we can just keep that fire going, they think that this side did it, and they think that this other side did it. They're going to continue to fight with each other and
Mhm.
take each other out, or get arrested, right? And then they'll do the street justice. We ain't got to take care of nothing. We'll just let
I
them handle it
Yeah, I
until
just
it gets
think
out of control and starts overflowing into other areas,
I think that's the problem right
and then
there.
that's when they start
Mhm.
saying something.
And that's what I talk about when I get really bothered by our government from time to time because I feel they enable a lot of the bad things that occurs in our life. And when it goes too far, it's when it's a problem,
Hmm.
right? Where it could have been prevented up front or it could have been prevented prior to. So I just find that
Yeah,
crazy.
like if they didn't want
Um,
drugs in the country, they would not have drugs in the country. There's plenty of
exactly,
countries that don't have
exactly.
drugs in it,
Yeah, yeah. And I think
or
that's
at the
where
amounts of drugs that we have.
yep, yep.
But they
And we're
also
all
know that it's a business,
yeah.
and so they collect off of it. They may not say they're getting it the way they're getting it, but they're collecting money too.
Well, everyone collects because
Hmm.
I just wonder, like, if all of this money too and drugs
Hmm.
that they find, quote unquote, right? Whether it's in the ocean or on ship containers or being on a semi truck,
That
no
they're
one
supposedly
talks.
burning up.
No one talks about where that money goes.
They're supposedly burning it. They're supposed to burn the drugs. The money is supposed to be there. If it's used for a case, they got to leave it in there for evidence. Now, if you watch enough crime shows, if they're doing it in the crime shows, you know it's already been done for real.
That's what.
So you know somebody's taking that money out of there, using that money to put it back into the street to get it right
Yeah,
back again and put it right
yeah,
back in there.
yeah. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And that's crazy though, because I just, it's so crazy because, and that's why it's hard to believe politicians. And I always say, if you can't beat them, join them. Hence, most running for mayor at some point in time in his life.
I
Um,
approve this message.
I, it, but for the simple fact that, they always talk about getting drugs off the street and doing all of this stuff here. But like there's just so much behind the scenes to it, right? Like there's no way we really have that much drugs on the streets.
That's my thing. Like he's out here blowing up boats in Venezuela when you got there's 5 or 6 crack houses right down the road that you won't even go to, and you
Yeah,
know that there's drugs there.
especially in Washington D.C., which is one of the biggest crime rates in the
And even
in the United
crazier is
States.
like even in back in where my house, they got little back in Wisconsin, they got little police
Mhm.
houses set
Yeah,
up on corners and stuff.
yeah.
You already know the
Where
drugs is
they're
being done. Why are we
where
got to
they're
set up houses there?
recording it. Yeah, where they're just sitting there recording
Yeah.
data, just collecting data and stuff. Yeah.
Like if you already know the drugs are being going, like why aren't you just taking the drugs in?
At what point?
Or just
I
make
don't
it
get
illegal. Make it legal, and everybody profit off of it. Like y'all don't like they don't do anything. It'll change it down anyway. The drug dudes will start getting out of the way. Like you can't sell weed here. People still try to do it. Like I can go, you can go right up here to the
yeah.
dispensary.
But there's no money here with selling it, right? Because
That's what I mean. Because
you don't know what their weed is
so you
laced
can make a
with.
profit off of it.
Yeah, but you also don't know what their weed's laced
That
with,
too.
right? Like here, you can go to
Anything
the
to
store
mess
and you
with.
know
Yeah.
where it's coming from, right? So, yeah, no, that's you're right. That's why you can't sell weed here in Oregon because it's legal here to consume and stuff.
Hmm.
And again, like you're right. If you make drugs legal, which I'm not in favor for, it
People are
does.
doing it anyway, right? It's just like
But
anything. If they're gonna do it anyway,
yeah, I agree.
if you might as well see a way that you can do it where it's healthier,
Safely,
safer,
safely. Hmm.
and you can make you're still gonna make money off of it. And that's the whole
Yeah.
goal you're gonna do is make profit.
But then that cuts down on the sellers and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
the drug
Um,
dealing, yeah, all that,
yeah,
the most of a
yeah,
lot of that criminal stuff. Like you're still gonna have people trying to steal stuff.
yeah, but which is what we spend a lot of our money at trying to take people off the streets and stuff. And I don't and the whole Venezuela stuff, I still don't understand or not, nor do I know what the heck's going on. But I do know, I don't know if you saw this on the news, but last week there was a JetBlue Airlines that there was a JetBlue airplane that was in the Venezuela airspace, and it came within 200 feet in the air from a head-on-head collision with a military plane. The military plane had its transponder off. A
US.
fuel. It was a fuel planer, U.S. fuel planer.
Yeah.
Transponder was off and everything. Came within 200 feet of hitting them head on. It was the same height level and everything. And for those of you guys that don't know what 200 feet means, the airplane is longer than how close they were together.
Huh. Yeah. It's crazy
That
down here.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, just sit back and think about like just stuff like that that's happening. Is insane, man. What else is going on? So I know we didn't talk about this last week, but Rob Reiner, um, and Michelle Reiner obviously passed away.
They were murdered.
Um, their son committed the crime. It sounds like he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And it was because of the medications. The doctors was in the process of trying to switch his medications. So that's what they're claiming right now at this very moment.
This dude checked into a hotel,
Hmm.
had everything set up, went back to the house,
Hmm.
made it back to the hotel.
Hmm.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm just sharing the
I don't,
news, man.
I'm not gonna,
I'm
I'm
sharing
not.
the news for your feedback.
Now, if he had went into this manic deal and came in and just lost it and was still at the place, you
Hmm.
know, there, losing his mind, and they showed up, I could sort of believe that
Hmm.
more than I could believe him claiming it when you had already prearranged the stuff
Hmm.
to go do this crime you committed and then went back and try to make your room look crazy like you're losing your mind
Hmm.
by
Hmm.
throwing blood or wiping all this stuff all over the place. Like, oh, I'm losing it when you already knew what you had done because it had happened earlier of the day.
Yeah, yeah, and
It
and it,
wasn't happen. It didn't happen that night.
and it sounds like that's what his defensive team is claiming, and now they're saying that he may not spend a day in jail.
No,
Um, I'm just look, man. I'm just telling you.
that dude better be in the funny house with all padded walls. That's where he better be at. There's no way.
So because of that
And it,
diagnosis,
yeah,
um,
and if you had friends, you better not have no more.
mhm,
Because that who we you just lose your mind all of a sudden is what
mhm,
you're telling me. No, we can't hang
yeah,
out.
Yeah, and also during, after they was killed, the president tweeted.
He didn't
Well,
like
when
him anyway.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not gonna read what he tweeted, but let's just say he tweeted some hateful things, about them, right?
Yeah.
And what was crazy
This
about
dude
that
got way too
moment.
much stuff to be dealing with, to be so
He
petty
does, he
about the
does.
smallest of stuff. Like, I just don't understand it.
But I think what bothered me a little bit about that, right? And I'm never on, like I follow social media, I'm on social media, but you guys rarely ever see me post. But like I sat back and I saw when Charlie Kirk passed away or was murdered, all of the hateful things people said about him, right? And again, what good, bad, right or wrong, only God can judge, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but the feedback that JD Vance and Donald Trump did at that moment of time, right? People lost their jobs for saying hateful stuff, and it was a law. How is it that they can force things when people die that's near and dear to them, but then our president can come and say hateful things or negative things towards someone else?
What you gonna do?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, exactly. That's why he does it. What you gonna do? That's like the dude that could beat everybody up. What you gonna do? Like, what
So
you
the
gonna do?
bully. The bully is what you're saying. So it really doesn't matter because he's at that point where
Correct.
he's like, you can't do anything I say or do, anyways. That's fair. It's a fair statement.
HCIC.
That is a fair statement.
That's how he sees it.
What else before we jump to sports? Oh, Luigi Mangoni. I can never pronounce that dude name.
The
So
guy
the
that
dude that
killed
kept
the
The
United.
dude that killed the CEO over a year ago, he's been in trial, and I've actually been following a little bit of it because I'm really curious. Right now, they're looking at trying to throw out a lot of his evidence because when they arrested him, they did not read him any Miranda rights or anything at the moment of time of arrest. They also went through his stuff
Here's what I
without
also
proper
don't understand.
or a search. Right, so a lot of the key components of the evidence that they have of him murdering this guy actually might get thrown out. What are your thoughts on that one? Because that one right there is going to be an interesting. If he gets
I
off of this,
mean,
that's going to be
that's on
interesting.
them. They should do they should do their job. My thing is, how come a lot of these dudes that do these kind of crimes, they
Mhm.
just get arrested? Like there's never no, unless they're shooting
Confrontation.
at them,
There's
there's
no
no one shooting
confrontation
back.
or
They
being
never
shown
get
or
shot
being
at.
shot at. Yeah, I that's a great. I don't know. Like there's moments. It depends on the severity of the crime, right?
But did you,
And
okay, in case in point, like, did you see the Australia thing?
I did.
Shooters?
I did.
Them dudes are just up on the thing going back and forth.
Yeah.
Nobody, matter of fact, the video that the guy had was so clear of a video. If you had a gun, why didn't you just shoot him?
That, but those countries also are limited to gun access. It's not the United States. So he may or may not, many of them out there probably did not have a weapon, because those countries really do have heavy gun safety, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Only in the USA where we have, where our laws are all over the board, and you can conceal weapon permits and things like that. Most of the guns that you can only carry in a lot of these countries are loan guns, not handguns or anything like that. They're usually
Okay.
rifles and stuff. I don't know the Australian laws, but I'm just telling you, just through my experience and traveling to other countries, that's like that. I've learned that just over time. But to answer your question on that video, that dude looked like he was right there next to him,
Yeah.
right? And that's why that civilian that decided to say, "Nah, I'm not going out like this."
Oh, the cop that
No, no,
that
no, the
did you
one the
see
one
that though?
civilian
There's a
that
cop
that
that,
said, "No, I'm not going out like this."
that took the
But
guy.
yeah,
Yeah, but you see the
that took the
cop
guy
that
gun.
forfeit, or yeah, that.
Yeah, but I don't understand how people was able. Well, how do you sit there and record that as it's going on? because they were like an open and it drives me even more
And having
crazy
a
than
conversation with the guy next to him, like
yeah, yeah,
like it's just a normal
yeah.
day.
That was crazy, especially, like a sniper could like it's not like they was ducking for coverage or anything like that. That was just like
Dude's like, I'm getting views for this.
that was some Call of Duty type stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like we be in the games and you just feel like you can't that was some Call of Duty type stuff in Australia. Like, and it's crazy, but I don't know why they're never shot though. Like the more you say that, like the only
But that's
ones that
like a
are
lot of people that are recording at a lot of places that these shootings are happening. People are just recording. I'm like, where are you at?
I
That you
yeah,
are invisible bullets
yeah, because
just to get this video. Like, I mean,
yeah.
thank you for the video, but good gosh,
Well, first of all, I don't even think to pull my phone out that quick, right? Like even like take the murders and stuff out of the equation. Just when crazy stuff happens and we're there like real time, like think
yeah,
about it. We've been to Vegas and we've seen some crazy stuff happen
correct.
at that moment of time. None of us even think to pull out our phones. We're all like, "Is this really happening?" You know what I mean? You like you're up close in person, and you're like, "Is this really happening right
Hold up.
now?" Yeah, but there are people out there that's like, they'll just grab their phone like that, and I'm like, "What? Like, what makes you think I need to pull
If
my
I
phone out?"
survive this, though, the views I will have.
Nah. If there's a shooter, and I personally don't have a weapon on me, um, I, I'm running. Can't tell you which way I'm going. Maybe going at them, but I'm running.
True.
So yeah, yeah, but
A lot of
that's crazy
shootings.
though.
A lot more and more shootings.
Yeah, I'm hoping that 2026 be better than 2025. I just hope that we can all get along and love. That's all, man. I remember the days where you didn't have to lock your doors.
Well,
Neighbors was
we were not
neighbors.
those days. I
You
still
know,
unlock my door.
so well, my mom always did, but I just remember just
But
neighbors
like
weren't
during
good.
the day, though, our door, like if someone's at home, our door was unlocked.
Mine was too. Yeah.
Yeah, like if someone's
Now,
home, the door was unlocked.
now mine's is
Now
locked
everything like
24/7. Yeah, no, mine's locked 24/7 now. Like, man, shoot. I leave the
shoot, we got
garage up.
security now. Never had security. Now you got
Yeah, the fact that everything has to be locked now, man, because you don't have a choice, man. There's some crazy people out there. There's just some crazy people. Not sure if you saw the one more before we jump on. Actually, two more. Uh, Walmart. There's some shoplifter suspects at Walmart that was apprehended. They was taken back to the loss prevention room. It
uh-huh.
was a male and a female. They did not search the male.
He had a
Uh,
gun.
the male pulled out the gun, pulled the trigger. However, the gun did not go off when he pulled the trigger. It stalled. So it gave the people time to actually grab him and wrestle and stuff like that. But that's crazy. That is a crazy story.
And now
Uh,
you know why a lot of places just let people go. That's why Walmart closing places down because they ain't got time for it.
well, yeah. If you sit back
And I
and
don't know.
think
I
about
mean,
it,
I don't know
you don't
why
know what that
people
person
want to
has
steal from
on them.
Walmart. Like, why are you of the cheapest of all the stores? That's where we're gonna go steal all the stuff from. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, why are you stealing all the stuff out of Walmart? Just because it's easy to do it?
Well, you don't know what's going through people. Well, you don't know people's situations, I guess.
I understand, but some of these people's situations ain't that. They just doing it to come up.
I always used to ask, why is it always Walmart? But then Walmart's also in all of the poverty areas as well that deals with a lot of crime and stuff.
Hmm.
That's most of the times why it's always Walmart, right? But no, that's yeah, no. But literally, that kill almost ended some people's lives, man. Like, and now they're saying that he was
And the
in the
murder.
process of getting ready to rob the place. So not only did he get it, the girlfriend got a robbery charge, even though she ain't robbed nobody, and he actually
Bad
does have attempted
association.
murder charges and stuff like that.
Dang.
But yeah, no, and it was all on video. That was the crazy part. It was all on video, of him. Like they didn't search him. They put him back there in that room, and that kid pulled that damn gun out so fast. I was like, man. But you gotta watch the video, you get a chance. But that was crazy.
Oof.
Just makes you think you don't want to be in loss prevention, man. And if you are, do you really go and do you really stop somebody?
My Walmart got
Or
rid of those people at the door now.
like what
They
are
don't
your
even do it anymore.
rules? Because what are your rules, right? Like, do
Well,
you
here's the
really?
thing. What is the point of the person being at the door when I got to go through the camera and everything to buy my stuff? Now, if I'm
I
just gonna walk out, I'm just gonna walk out anyway, with the person there or not.
but you know what? Like, I think where Oregon is backwards. You know, they don't make you buy a bag, right? So people walk out with stuff in their hands because they want to sell bags to us versus just doing whatever you do. So yeah, one of the things
Granted,
John
though, there are less bags all around the ground, and
it is, but they be stereotyping people, man. Like them people that be checking receipts, they be stereotyping.
they don't
They
even
do.
have them. I told you at the Walmart no more.
Oh, some of them do. Some places still do
And
have it
then
though.
when they get ready to look at me, I just keep walking. He'd be like, "Sir," I'm like, "You know, I didn't steal this."
You just saw me over there, right? And you gonna call me out, and while you sitting there calling me out, you
The
got
other dude that
Nancy right
stole it,
there.
thank you,
Nancy
man.
was
Yes,
riding
no.
by with that damn car. Good job, buddy. Good job. Like yeah, almost
He
like an inside game at
wait for
that
the
point.
black dude to walk out. He like, wait for him to go. Wait for him to go.
Oh yeah,
You gonna stop
that's
him? We
crazy.
gonna go on the other side.
That yeah, bro, that's crazy. Um, Powerball, bro. It's worth talking about today.
It's still up. Nobody won.
Nobody won. It is approximately $1.6 billion
You'll
in
take
tomorrow
home
night's drawing.
600, 800 billion. 800 million is what you'll take home.
That ain't the point. It is $1.6 billion
I just
in
need one of the
tomorrow's
points.
drawing. Are you hearing that? Like $1.6 billion.
When is the next
That's
drawing?
estimated take home is 735 million to be
Oh, that's pretty
exact.
damn close. I said 800 million.
Tomorrow is the next drawing.
Ooh. Am I feeling
While
lucky?
no one won the grand prize,
Somebody won a million?
California, Florida, Massachusetts, Iowa, Michigan, New Hampshire, Ohio, all had people matching 5 numbers
Ooh, 5 out of the 6.
and
Damn.
won $1 million each.
Ooh-wee. That's all I need. I just need 5 out of 6.
And then they also had 112 tickets that won 50,000 and 22 tickets that won 150,000.
I just need to win.
Don't say that because I said that too, and I won a free ticket one year.
Well, I guess you can win, $4 and $10 and 30. But
I'm just sharing. So when you say you just want to win, like so
at least 4 zeros.
I always ask, you win a lotto tomorrow, you win 1.6 billion. And I know you and I chatted about this before. So I want to see if your answer is consistent.
It's probably gonna stay the same.
What's the very first thing you're doing?
Well, I gotta go pick my check up. So that's gonna be the first thing I do. Then I'm gonna take my picture with a big old smile and be like, "Yeah, here we go."
So
And pay all my stuff off because the collector's gonna be coming as soon as they see you on TV, and that
okay.
includes everybody. That includes friends, family, all them people that you never knew before.
So wait, let's
Hey
take
man, we heard you just won the lottery.
let's take 10 steps back
My number gonna change.
because all of a sudden you on TV. So are you going to get a financial advisor, lawyer, or are you just going to get your check? Because you skipped the whole legal part of the situation. You went. I
Well,
gotta go
you got to get the check first
So what are you?
in
what
order
are
to
you
afford the
gonna do?
lawyer. So I need to make sure this is real. I got to see it into the bank account with the zeros.
So
And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna deposit it into my bank, and then I'm gonna take my money back out of that bank and go to a whole new bank, and be like, "See, this is what y'all get for not giving me a loan. I'm out. Take my money somewhere else."
so you just gonna take it all and go? No lawyer, no financial
I will
advisor.
eventually get a lawyer.
Eventually, but
Yeah,
you're gonna get your money before you go get a lawyer. That's what you're
correct.
telling me.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're gonna have it deposited and everything before you go
I got to make
get
sure that's legit.
okay. Uh, now you mentioned to me that that everybody have their own ways. Chat, everybody. I know chat probably thinking he crazy, but so you mentioned to me that you're gonna deposit your money and go to another bank because of the struggles you've had with your bank. When you go to withdraw that money from the bank, how are you planning to withdraw that money? I
They're going
gotta
to have to
ask
write me a check, another check.
that.
Otherwise, I'm gonna need a Brinks truck to pull up.
So you're gonna ask for that Brinks truck, is what you're telling me.
Just roll the Brinks truck to the next bank. I'd be like Mayweather,
Oh man.
counting stacks of money in front of Jay-Z, like I got more than him.
So you don't wanna I every time you think about a Brinks truck, I think about you and me in our conversations all the time when we have about a Brinks
Instead
truck.
of me taking one, I'm gonna just put my
Now
my
all
own
of a
money.
sudden that Brinks truck's got your money in it. What you gonna do at that point?
Got me still
Oh
drive my own
man.
truck,
Yeah.
just like the react movie.
Let's jump to sports, man. Let's talk about sports. We're gonna start sports a little different. Before we jump to college, let's start with the NFL because there's a lot going on in the NFL. First and foremost, um, talk of the day is Metcalf. Everyone's talking about Metcalf today.
Oh, he getting
Here's
into
the
the fight
thing.
with the fan.
I first of all, chat. I've been at practice, so I have not caught up on football today at all. I tried to look at it 5 minutes before we got on here just to see where we were. But apparently Metcalf threw a punch at a fan,
Yep,
and they
during the
allow
middle of
him
the
back.
game.
They allow him back into the game.
The refs didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure somebody did see it that was
It's
watching the
on
game.
camera somewhere, right?
Yeah,
It's
so they
on
should have
camera
been able
somewhere.
to call them in and let them know what had happened, and he shouldn't have been able to play the rest of the game.
So it's
But
that. But
story of our lives, we
let
just
me
see
ask
it.
you this. Let me ask you this: Is that the NFL or the Steelers? Like
Oh,
who owns that portion of he should not have been able to
the
play?
Steelers, yes, but I'm talking about for the refs to know what had happened. They should have got a call
But
in.
but the refs take the refs. The refs can only go to their instant replays. This was not apparently this wasn't part of their instant replay, right? So if it's not part of the refs instant replays or it's not reviewable, quote
Okay,
unquote, right? Who owns the next steps at that point?
that's Mike Tomlin.
Okay. So it's on Tomlin is what you're telling me.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he knew what happened. I'm pretty sure somebody told him, "Hey, this is what went down over here," before they went into halftime.
Oh, I'm pretty sure quite a bit of them know what happened.
And then I'm
So
pretty sure someone watched that halftime and was like, "What were you doing?" He was, do
and
something stupid."
this happened in the first quarter, first,
Yeah.
second quarter.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously he's gonna be TikTok famous in the next couple days or next couple hours.
He
But
should be suspended.
maybe the NFL take actions, maybe they don't, right? What did the fan do? What did the fan say? Now sticks and stones may break your
Well,
bones,
he's
so
the
you
one
can
that was talking to the fan. You should be paying attention to the game.
so that's what I'm saying. Like I'm curious with all of the details,
And then whatever the
in
fan
terms of
said,
what
you let
led
the
up
fan
to
get
it.
in your own head.
Yeah. What he say she say stuff. That doesn't give you an
Right.
opportunity
I
to
know, but first of all,
retaliate.
as a player, why am I getting that close to you right there anyway? While I'm in the middle of the game, it ain't after the game's over. The game is
Right,
literally
right,
going on.
right.
Nobody else is over there. I can see if you have family you wanted to say hi to or something,
Mhm,
or you're talking to your friends, like yeah, your fans, but you
mhm,
ain't opposite fans. Why are you even going over there to talk to that dude?
mhm.
Now you just made him famous.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I don't know what's going on. Obviously, there's going to be a lawsuit. Fans always tend to sue people with money. It happens. And like
And he gonna
again,
have to pay it because it's all on TV.
that's the crazy part, man.
And he'll be like, "Well, he said this," and they're gonna be like, "Just pay him the
Yeah,
money."
yeah. They're saying obviously he didn't like what the fan had to say. So I don't know, right? Like I don't know. I think it's getting out of hand. I'm gonna be honest with you. not just this incident. I think fans to players situations are just getting out of hand in general. First
I
of all,
agree, but in his
they are
case,
people. They are
that could have been
people. They are
avoided.
humans. Yeah, but they are people. They are human, right? And people have to. We talk about this all the time. You got to be careful how you talk to people because you don't know what their state of mind is at that very moment of time that you're having that conversation, right? That's why my younger years and me, I'm an aggressive driver. My younger years, my older years and me, I'm still an aggressive
I
driver, but I
was
don't
like,
say
what?
nothing. Right? But I don't say nothing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not road
Oh, you're
raging
not
anywhere,
riding by him,
anything like
rolling down the
that.
window, flipping
Yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
off,
I'm not that
cussing
guy
them.
because I see that all the time. Like somebody was flipping me off the other day, and I'm sitting here thinking in my head, I'm like, how do you not know the mental mindset of that individual right now while you're sitting there flipping them off and you're all swerving? You know what I mean? Like because that's all it takes is for one crazy person,
Yeah,
right? Like, and
or
all of a
just a
sudden
bad
you're
day.
yeah, and you're all just looking like, oh, I didn't do nothing, right? Well, yeah, you flipped them off and you start, oh, that's not normal. Right, and I'm not saying Metcalf is right. I'm not saying Metcalf is wrong because I didn't see it. People, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I will go
Yeah, I
watch it
saw it.
right after this. But
Watch
I
it
am gonna
again.
say keep your hands to yourself, right? And then if you engage in a conversation with someone and there's a disagreement, that doesn't give you the right to put your hands on somebody because that's why it's a debatable conversation, right? You have your point, he has his point, he or she. So I
Yeah.
just think that's crazy just sitting back, just thinking about that. But staying on that game, looks like they was playing against your Lions, and your Lions did not come out victorious.
Nah.
Any conversations or thoughts or
We played a great first quarter. We gave up a dumb touchdown going into the half. And then the third quarter, we did nothing in the third quarter. And at the end of the third quarter, we had 18 total rush yards. 18. Um, I don't know what's going on. I didn't get to watch the rest of it. I only watched up to the third quarter. But I see we scored some points though in the fourth.
you
Try
did?
to make it a game.
You did?
But I'm pretty sure when I rewatch this fourth quarter, there's probably gonna be some calls that we didn't get. So, but we still got a chance. We got to win these last two.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We got
With
like a
that,
30% chance now.
the Lions dropped to 8-7 on a year.
You
The
jinxed us
Steelers are now
before the year
nine and
started.
six, and they're in the driver's seat of that AFC East or
Oh, did
North.
Baltimore
North.
win?
Um, Baltimore lost.
Ooh,
Uh,
yep.
Baltimore was just up. Um, they were just up when I looked at the start of this. They were up
Yeah.
10. They lost by 4.
Wow.
So the Patriots are now 12-3.
So they jumped in front of. Wait, did Denver win? Denver lost.
That was just to see. I don't even know. I should have been watching it, but I'm on here with you. But just to see what just happened there with Baltimore is just insane. But now the Steelers have a two
Yeah.
game
So
lead
I
now.
think they're done. They had to win. They play each other the last game. I think.
They did not what you call it yet. They did not. They have
Playoffs?
not been eliminated from playoffs contentions yet.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so it could be something wild that could be occurring right now, but they have not been eliminated from
It's
playoffs.
between them and Pittsburgh. So either
It is.
Pittsburgh
It is.
loses two and they win two, they
Everyone
win the
else
head to
been
head.
eliminated. Yep, yep.
Okay.
Another good game happened last night. We obviously didn't watch it. It was showing on the TV. But the Bears came back and beat the Packers in overtime. The Bears are 11-4. They're 6
This
and
is
1 at
crazy.
home on the year. For a team that was last place last year, only had a handful of wins. Quarterback was not great.
My offensive
And now all
coordinator.
of a sudden you're
My
11
offensive
and
coordinator is
4.
the guy.
You got a couple. You got a new coach. You're
That
gelling.
dude's good. He's a good coach.
So you're giving the glory to the coach, or are you giving it to
Who
the
else you gonna
player?
go to? They were horrible until he got there, and he's the same team pretty much. They just had to. Here's what had to happen. They had to believe in what he was doing,
Mhm,
and once
mhm.
they started believing in what he was doing and how he had to play and talk about, You
Mhm.
know, you had to tell him, you're not the dude that's going to throw for 300 yards a game.
Mhm.
You may only throw for 150. But if you don't turn the ball over and we got a good running game, we can still win games because that's how Detroit was doing it
Yeah. Yeah.
before they gave Golf the reins and he's just throwing it all over the place.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, that's how they were doing it. And on
Yeah.
defense, getting turnovers. But now, also, I just found this out. My Detroit Lions have the most injuries, second most injuries to who was it? The Cardinals over the last 5 years.
Injuries part of the game, but okay.
Not when you have the second most, and they
Yeah.
all your best players.
It's part of it. I mean, with
And
Caleb
you
Williams,
see where the Cardinals are with all their injuries, and we still be competing with ours.
it does sound like that. Chicago's in the process of offering Caleb Williams a 6-year deal here coming up, so stay on the lookout for that.
Just the next guy up. He gonna get paid, even though he ain't did nothing.
It's been some really good thrilling games. Here's another thrilling game. So you really quick before we jump to the next game, you don't feel Caleb Williams should be paid?
Well, he's gonna get paid because he's the next quarterback up. I don't think he's done
I get
enough
that, but do you?
to be
But
paid what he's about
have
to
he
get
have
paid.
he proved himself yet, or
No,
are you just feeling like he
we'll
hasn't?
see when the playoffs come.
But again, that's the difference between sports in the '90s, and I think to Jordan's point,
Yeah, you
today
got
we
to do
pay
something
players based on potential.
or the next
Um,
guy up.
we don't pay players based on what have you done for me lately.
Hmm.
And that's why the salary cap is so out of control. Where if we stop playing based on potential and we make people uh play for those contracts, then it's a whole different
Well,
conversation.
I mean, he's having the best year they've had, right? So I guess it comes hand in hand.
You
Good
want
time
to
to
say
get
that. So
your
so what
extension
you're
while you were
telling
11
so
and
what you're
4.
telling me 1 year's worth of
No,
contract?
I don't agree. I don't agree. But what you were saying was it's for what you do for me lately or
Mhm.
now. And right now they're 11 and 4 atop of the
Yeah,
NFC. So this is probably the best time to go pay him while he
yeah,
actually is doing something because next year it ain't happening.
yeah, I guess you're right. Or it may not. They could get in the first round and get bounced. Another one that went into overtime, a crazy game. No, I did not watch it. I was at practice, but I did watch all of the highlights and stuff. The Rams and the Seahawks on Thursday night. So it sounded like
Best game of the year. Best game of the year. And I for Seattle to win that game as bad as Darnold was playing,
Mhm,
and I think he's over the 2 games they played, he's thrown 6 interceptions.
mhm. Yeah, he hasn't played good at all.
And for them to make 4 2-point conversions to win this game the way that they won it in overtime is crazy. And they shut out what's his name? JSN. They shut him out in the first half. He had 0 catches. And
I
in the
I
second
think
half, he had like 10 for 92 yards. Like
I think when I watched all of the highlights and stuff, I think the highlight that stood mostly to me, was the 2-point conversion
that
when
backwards one.
they threw it backwards and the ball just rolled. Everybody quit. Even the person that picked up the ball was done. He was just
Yeah,
grabbing the
Charbonnet. Yeah.
bat. He was just grabbing the football. And the fact that that was a backwards pass that ended up being a 2-point conversion. I mean, that alone probably, deteriorated, a football team, including the
Yeah.
Rams, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm really curious on how the Rams are gonna bounce back from that Thursday night game because that could have been depleting. I think if they would have won that game, they would have won the division if my memory's right on that one.
Yep.
So, that's
Now it's
a
still
that's a
open.
demoralizing loss. And again, it's typically not around losing, but it's how you lose,
Yeah.
is what can be so demoralizing about things, and that's one of them that I just felt, like that's a struggle one.
It's gonna be a
It's a
rematch.
struggle.
I see it as a rematch.
Yeah.
Best out of 3.
We talked about the Patriots being the Raiders tonight. They
Hey,
scored 15 points in the fourth quarter to win that game. But I think one of the key highlights that I'm looking at here, the Patriots are 7-0 on the road this season.
hmm, and 6 and 3 at home.
They're 12-3 overall. They're 7-0, 5-3 at home,
Wow.
7-0 on the road. That is pretty impressive. You don't I mean, playing on the road in the NFL or
Yeah,
playing on
but
the
you
road
got the best
anywhere,
record. You're gonna be playing at home, so you can't win at home.
you are gonna be playing at home. So
So
I don't
what do
know
you
if
try
you
to
need to
lose
go
the next
lose
game or
this
two so you
game
can go on the road?
so you can go on the road. Like, that's what's going through my mind because you're 5-3 at home, which means you don't do really well when you're home. But whatever, however you're prepping on the road, right? You're
Mhm.
getting on the flight, you're getting in the hotel,
Maybe it's
those
none of the
meetings you're having,
distractions, right?
right?
So you don't got that home distractions.
But what's
You can
crazy is
focus.
when you're home in the NFL, typically, I don't know if they still do this, but typically when you're home in the NFL, the night before the game, you actually
You treat it
stay
like a
at a
road game.
hotel. Yeah, you're at a hotel. So you're not at your home. Some teams, not some of
Some
them
teams, yeah.
are at home, but many of the teams, I know in the past, they always stayed at a local hotel, to try and, make sure that everything goes as it should. But I just find that pretty strange. But kudos to them, man. 7-0 on the road. That's pretty impressive.
Wow.
Another close game today. It looks like today was the game of close games, and you know what? It was a day that I did not watch.
There's some good games of
Uh,
football today.
I did not watch any flag football. I mean, not flag.
Flag. I was like
I
flag.
I did not watch any football today. I watched zero because I was up late last night, and then I went on to church, and then I was tired. Um, the Raiders almost pulled off an upset on the Texans
Hey,
today.
you know what? I'm gonna give a round of applause to the Raiders today. They actually played really good. If it wasn't for that pick six at the beginning, they actually would have won the game based on points,
Yeah,
right?
I
Because
mean,
what's his name was
they
playing
they
better
outscored
than
'em. Yeah, they
Stroud.
outscored them
The
3 they
defense was
outscored 'em
playing
second
good, and
and fourth
he
quarter.
actually decided to play basketball football today. I think in our fantasy league, he had 132 points on somebody's bench, which was
Who
great.
that?
Genty.
Yeah, well, Genti had 24 carries, 128 yards, 1 touchdown, 1
Wow.
reception for 60 yards and 1 touchdown.
Wow.
That's
That's
actually
a
pretty
career day for
impressive
him
today.
because
Yeah,
he hadn't even been over 60 yards
yeah. No,
since
no,
week 11 or something like that.
he's been struggling, so hats off to them. So another one. Another, good game, and I don't know if it's a
They
good
played
game or
hard
not.
to still keep that top pick.
Yeah, I mean, hey, kudos to the Raiders. Another one, you asked did the Broncos go down. The Broncos did lose today at home.
Yeah.
And that was their first time losing at home this year,
Mhm.
by the way. They were
Won
another team
11 in
that
a
was
row, by the way,
undefeated
too.
at home. It's hard to win in Denver. They lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Are the Jaguars for real, or the Broncos just have been squeaking by, and they just met a match today?
Well, the Broncos have been squeaking by because they've won a lot of games in the fourth quarter.
They won a lot of close games,
Yeah,
right? They
yeah.
they learned how to win close games, which is not a bad thing to have.
No, it's not, especially going into the playoffs. But
Mhm,
Trevor Lawrence is just playing different. He's he's got a new coach, new system, so it took a little bit for them to get used to it.
mhm.
Travis Etienne is playing great. The receivers are playing great. Their defense is playing great. They're just they're at the right time. They're six in a row for them.
They are
They're
they're,
11-4. Now
they are 11.
look at the teams in the AFC that are there now, and look at the teams that weren't there. You know, the teams that we used to always be talking about: Chiefs,
Mhm, mhm.
Bills, Bengals. You know, those teams. Not no
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
And these young cats are coming.
yeah. Another one, and I think this is a Cinderella team. They're almost, them and the Bears are Cinderella teams in my opinions. And again, I look at that just based on how bad they've been the last
You
couple
talking about the
years.
Jags?
No, 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 no. The Jags was solid the last couple years. They just haven't found a way to get over the hump. With the Jags, they were in the playoffs, I think, last year and the year before.
No, they
They're
weren't.
gonna be, or 2 years ago they were in
2
the
years ago,
playoffs.
yep.
They were in the playoffs
When they
recently.
gave up or they came back from
Yeah.
28.
With
Yep.
with the Jags, it's gonna be a matter of if they can get over the hump. They're currently 11-4 right now. But, Chicago, they have not had winning seasons in so long, right? So, again, you're looking at this, it could be a fluke this year, it could be the change of something good. We don't
Yeah.
know. The Carolina Panthers also was a team that won 1 game last year. They were not very good last year. They started this year out not very good. I
Mhm.
wanna say that they were 0-3 before they blew my Falcons out.
Yeah,
They're
they've
now
won
8
every
and
other
7. They're not 8
one.
and 7, 5 and 2 at home, and they are currently top of the NFC South division with a
Mhm.
loss to the Buccaneers today. What are your thoughts over that one?
Buccaneers mess around, the Saints might catch them.
Well, the Buccaneers are currently 7-8 right now.
What are the Saints?
The Saints are 5-10. They're not going to catch them.
Oh,
But the
well, I mean, if
Buccaneers,
they lose 2 in a row, they win 2 in a row. They could get
yeah,
that same record.
that is true. They can finish with the same record. Actually, you're 100%
Yeah,
right
because
there.
Tampa Bay is going like this, right? And the Saints are ascending. I think
Yeah,
they found
yeah,
the quarterback, by the
yeah.
way, Shug.
You you think so?
Yeah, I think that's their quarterback. The way he's been playing the
Okay.
last few weeks has been crazy, and they've gotten
Okay.
wins with him.
Okay.
So I think that's their quarterback, and they're going to use their top picks to get other players. If I'm the
Okay.
Saints, that's what I do. Um, but yeah,
Hey,
yep. I like how the Carolina Panthers are playing. Young is actually playing really good. He's being poised. Now that's he's got the most comeback wins
mhm.
this
Yep.
season.
Yep.
And
Yep.
actually his total out of his total wins, like 10, like 8 or like 9 out of the 13 are comeback wins.
Mhm.
So that's good things. He could easily buried himself when he got benched
Yeah.
and became a backup. But he decided to work on some things he needed to work on, changed it. And when they got Dottle, I think that also helped because you got somebody that can run the ball. And then he
Gotcha.
also got a receiver now from what's his name. So now he's got a good big receiver to throw to. So those things
Yeah.
come to help him out, right?
Yeah.
He didn't have that help.
Before. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Uh, my Falcons won 2 in a row. We're not gonna stay on top of that game, but we have won 2 in a row.
Just when you gave up on them, they
Um,
decided to win.
no, no, that ain't it. We ain't got nothing we riding for, so we just having fun.
So that's
So no,
wait a
no,
minute.
no,
So they
we
weren't
ain't.
having
No,
fun all this time.
nah, nah. They nervous asses early. Nah, ain't got nothing to do with that. They did win 2 in a row. I got to give them. I
You
guess
should be
I'll
mad.
announce
They
their
should have been
answers
tanking to
today.
try to get them first
Um,
picks.
I guess when half of the fan base said, "Well, the season's over. Now you want to go win," right? That ain't how it works. Another 2-13 team that I thought that fought really hard today. We don't have to talk a lot about it for the sake of time, but I'm just going to rally off some scores. The Vikings beat the 2-13 Giants by 3 today. Again, the
Giants
Giants
always
played
play
them
hard.
hard. Giants played them hard as well. So it's good to see that a team's 2-13. They're still playing hard,
That's
right?
well, you
Because
better
you
be
don't get
playing
that.
hard. People paying their
But
money to come to your
but
games.
but but you know what? You just don't get that though, right? Like
I
most of the
understand. I
time,
know.
it's like we're playing for the number one overall pick now, right? So it's really
I think
good
there
to
should be
see
some kind of incentives so
incentives.
people
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
playing
yep,
to lose,
yep,
if that makes
yep.
sense.
I agree.
Like
I
even
agree.
like if you have a certain record, you get this
Yeah,
every
I
year.
agree. I agree. And an example is the Jets. The Jets are done, right? The Jets are 3 and whatever, and the Saints go to they went to New Orleans today and they just got thumped, right? That was the only blowout this week.
New Orleans D put it on them.
Well, it was 2. It was 2 blowouts, but that was one that was just horrible. The Dolphins at home, the Bengals goes to the Dolphins and just blow them out. One of the things, kudos to the Bengals, because Joe Burrows is still playing, even though the Bengals have been eliminated from playoff contention. Joe Burrows today was 25 of 32, 309, and 4 touchdowns
I wouldn't keep
in
playing them.
Miami. Huh?
I wouldn't keep playing them. I sit him.
You know,
He's
I
injury
do
prone,
I do
right?
think these last 2 games, but I think because he's been out most of the year, right? It's hard to ask him not to play.
I
He is
understand that,
injury
but
prone. He is
you
injury
gotta look.
prone.
First of all, he ain't having fun. You saw him on his face. He's just out there doing it. But I'm just saying, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna sit you for the rest of the season, which
That's
is
a
just 2
possibility.
games. And we start getting ready for next year.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. The
Like
Chiefs.
all I can see is something bad happening, nothing good getting out of it. You don't have
Yeah,
anything you're fighting for. I know fans want to see you play, but I'd rather them see you play next season when we actually have something to fight for than you
yeah,
go out here for these last 2 games and something bad happens.
yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I agree. Another game today.
And you're
The
gonna need
Titans.
some picks anyway, so you should be trying to get as low as you can. Y'all need a whole line
Yeah, yeah,
if you expect him to stay.
that's true. The Titans today. They are no
Shout
longer
out to the
tied.
Titans. Come,
They're no longer tied for first place. So
I know.
they're one of the teams that are
Went to
not
the
trying to
Raiders.
get the lottery pick next year. They're no longer tied for first. They beat the Chiefs today.
Chiefs
Um,
didn't show up to play. The
uh,
Chiefs
you,
literally they are on vacation.
but I think that's what bothers me more than any. The Chiefs are officially 1-6 on the road now. The thing about the Chiefs is, it's one thing your quarterback goes down last week. I think today Mistruth is they look like he has an ACL
Yeah, he got
tear as
hurt too.
well.
Yep. So they got the
Um,
third string in there.
so I get that's one thing, right? But another thing is you can't just tank your season, right? Like at the same time, like I understand,
You had been in the
what
playoffs,
what's
making
going. You've been
championship
in the
runs every
playoffs,
year,
right?
and now
Like
you
try and
don't.
find some momentum and get out of this season because right now, I mean, it looks bad. It looks bad,
Here's
bad
the
right.
thing, Mo. Tennessee was averaging 250 yards a game.
Yeah,
By halftime, they had 245
yeah,
yards.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah. So and understand the people we named are offensive players. Your defense ain't injured. So that's the part that's getting me right there, and that's the
Yeah, they
part that
just
I'm
didn't
like,
show up.
"What is going on?"
They
Yep,
did
yep,
not play.
yep. No, that's
So you
true.
might as well go ahead and bench everybody on that. You might as well go ahead and send them on home
Yeah, no, that's
with
true.
Doc to pay for the last 2 games. Y'all go ahead and leave.
And there two more games. We won't talk about it. We'll just move on. But Dallas is officially eliminated from the playoffs. Jerry Jones. Jerry
We
Jones
will
just
officially.
said,
Here's the crazy part: we'll still be talking about them. I don't know why they ain't even going to be in the playoffs. They ain't even going to make it. But we're going to talk about why they didn't make the playoffs for the rest of the playoffs.
of this week at least. But yeah, I
Yeah, they're going to
agree.
still be
I
talking
agree.
about them. I'm gonna be like, why are we even talking about it? And somebody's going to say it. Why are we even talking about them? Because they're irrelevant. They're not even playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
gonna be
I
like,
agree.
cause we have to.
I agree. Another one today that the Bills snuck by the Browns. You know what? Since Shador took over as the
Ooh,
starting quarterbacks, the Browns has been competing,
shout out to
and
Shador.
they've
Yeah.
been in a lot more games than what they have in the past. Today he did have 2 interceptions, but when I'm looking at the score box now, I'm seeing a team that has an opportunity to win versus a team that's just down.
Well, he lacerated pinky finger.
I saw that. Yep.
Then Junkins got hurt, broken leg, and
Yep.
knee issue in that
Yep.
game. That's going to be a big thing
That's a big thing with
because he
them.
was
Yeah.
a big part of helping that group. Him and Junkins was going to be a
Mhm.
big one
Mhm.
too. I think that was going to be a good future
Yep.
if he stays in Cleveland. Well, I don't know.
All
We'll see.
right. We're gonna jump really quick, and we're gonna talk about this briefly. The reason why I didn't want to talk a lot about college football um, this week because I feel like it was a waste, in my opinion. Oregon and James Madison. Oregon just dominated
They gave up 34
JMU,
points.
and yeah, you know what? But that was all fourth quarter points. I have to go with the first half. It was 34-3. By the end of the third quarter, it was 48-3.
What's even crazier is
Um,
those people that paid them money to go watch that game.
that's the part that gets me more. The fact that people are dropping that much money to go watch that game,
Uh,
it's unbelievable to me. But I mean,
I get it's first playoff game there, so
the I can't blame JMU. I blame the idiots that put this contract and stuff together in terms of getting teams in and out of playoffs and stuff, and not just saying we're gonna take the best 12 teams in college football and allow them to play. They put
yeah,
all of these stipulations and stuff to try and make it fair play,
fair.
but it's not fair play no more. Fair play is you go and play recreational sport. This is competitive sport. So
Yeah,
I blame the idiots that's put this contract together because that should not happen. Another game that was an absolute blowout was Ole Miss versus Tulane. Ole Miss and Tulane opened the season up. Ole Miss blew Tulane out. It was 36-0, if my memory serves me right, or something in
they
that
won
sort
by
of name.
33 touchdowns. Yeah,
Yeah. So
or
get
7 touchdowns,
so nothing's changed.
5 touchdowns.
The way that Tulane started the season is the way that Tulane ended the season. And this is where I feel bad for JMU and Tulane because I actually felt they had an exceptional season. If you allow them to go play a bowl game, they potentially got rings, bowl
Now, real
championships,
quick,
and stuff like that.
could you do a different championship for
I
those?
no, like this is why I talk about like Division One is going to have to adopt the Division One AA model of the 32 teams and just let them go at that point, right? And make every one of them all every game's a bowl
Like
game.
an 8 and then another 8?
But again, it's not. I'm gonna tell you like this. It's the what you're describing right now. It's the exact same thing you're describing with Oregon high school
I
football.
know, that's why I
Why
said it.
do we have a cup? A
That's why I
champ,
said it.
a champion is a champion. I don't want no damn cup. I don't want no certificate. No, a champion is a champion. So you go 32 teams, you let them play. But right now, Tulane and JMU, they should not have been there. Period.
Would they been in the
Uh,
top 32 teams?
yes, they would have been in the top 32 teams because understand they was ranked 24th and 25 respectively. So, you're not facing a number 5 team in a country in the first round. You potentially have a chance to win, but you had zero chance in winning against an Oregon or an Ole Miss, whether Kiffin is there or not. Like, and that was just it was
Is the
horrible.
score different at a neutral site?
No, no different.
Hmm.
No. At the end of the day, that's like me saying, "Can we compete with Central Catholic at a neutral location?" Absolutely not. Right? There's levels to this. You know just as well as I know. There's levels to this. Right? There's levels. So those teams, and understand Tulane and JMU, I think both of them was a Division One AA team just recently, right? So
Mhm.
they have not always been Division One, right? So there's levels to this, right? They're the best. What they're the best in their group. Should they have been a 32 team playoff? Absolutely, right? But you can't be in a 12 team playoff when you got Texas sitting at home, you have Notre Dame sitting at home, you have Vandy sitting at home.
Yeah.
These are teams that lost 1 and 2. These are teams that lost 2 and 3 games against the
The top
teams that
teams.
are
Yeah.
in its very own playoffs that we're playing at this very moment, right? So that's why I'm like the committee, and now they're saying if Notre Dame finish in the top 12, they're automatically in. They got to stop putting these stipulations in place. They need to start saying we're going to take the best 12 teams. I don't care what conference it is. I don't care if we got 10 Big Ten teams. I don't care if we got 10 ACC teams. At the end of the day, you have to take the top 12 teams and allow them to compete for a championship
I
because
agree.
then you're not stuck with any what ifs.
But you
Otherwise,
know what? There's always going to
otherwise,
be some. There's always going to be a
otherwise,
question
extend your
about it.
playoffs. Extend your playoffs. Move it to 16. Okay. Because if you think about moving it to 16, ain't nobody arguing about who's 15, 16, and 17. Those 14 teams have valid cases, right? And then those last two, we'll figure it out. But like right now, those 14 teams, like you got to feel bad for a Texas
What I
or a
think they should have
Vandy
done is they should have just had those four have a play-in.
or that
Tulane, James Madison,
or that Texas
Texas,
and Vandy,
Vandy, or
yeah,
whoever the last.
or Notre Dame, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
the
those
the
four
last four
play.
out,
Yep.
yeah, similar to March Madness, the
Yep.
last
That's
four
what
out,
I'm saying. So
yeah,
they
or
play.
or
They play,
yeah.
and then you
Mhm.
see. Okay, are they better than that? If they win
Yeah,
that game, then they're
yeah.
in.
Or you can
Then
go
you
to the last
know.
8, right? Like there's ways to do it, but what they're doing now is not the ways to do it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Another one, Alabama went to Norman. I called this one out on the bus.
Mm.
Alabama went to Norman and beat Oklahoma by 10. Understand Alabama was down 17-0. Then they turned around and scored 24 unanswered points. Oklahoma has not won a college football playoff game yet. In fact, this is the second time they've led in the college football playoffs by 17 or more points, and the team came back and beat them.
That's the defense. And the coach is a defensive coach. Your offense is up 17-0,
Mhm.
and you don't get any stops. They go 24 straight points. Now, it just probably was some turnovers. I don't know what turnovers may have happened or what,
Mhm. Mhm.
but still, I mean, that comes down to the defense side.
Okay.
And then when you got to score, the offense has to come back and ball control and get a score back on themselves.
Mhm.
So they didn't score for a while until the fourth quarter, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true. And then I
So they were
also
stuck at 17 for two
Mhm.
quarters, 2.5
Yeah, and
quarters.
also with this playoffs, if you're gonna do this dumb stuff that you're doing right now, how about you don't match Alabama and Oklahoma up because they're both coming out of the SEC and already played each other. How about you match Oregon up with one of them and then don't let you play your same conference in the same round? I'm just saying if you're gonna
I
do this
agree.
dumb stuff, right, that you're currently doing, if you don't do the
And
dumb
you want
stuff,
to
I'm
see
okay with it.
you want to see the
Yeah.
parity. You don't want to see them playing right off the bat,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
in a championship
exactly,
game.
exactly, exactly. And then another really good game actually, and this was a defensive battle. Miami and Texas A&M. No one was able to score in that game. It was boring, and it was
Bad
a
call.
defensive battle.
Bad
You
call.
know, a couple of things that took place. Miami went down, scored, left Texas A&M with about a minute and 5 seconds. Texas A&M quarterback goes all the way down, get to the 2 yard line. They call a pass over a run with 38 seconds left. He throws an interception. Who you blaming it on? The coach, the quarterback, or
I'm
Texas A&M?
rewinding to the tape, the play before that. That
Yep,
should have
yep.
been called for helmet to
It,
helmet.
it could have. It could have.
Oh, it definitely should have been. It definitely should have been. And they in the booth should have called down and said that that player was a targeting, and we're gonna review it.
I
The player himself could not get up.
So we can't put that in the like again. You don't leave games in the referee's hands,
Still,
right? Like I
that's the
think we
ref's
all know
call.
that as coaches. Yep, yep. Um,
But but you go to second play, it's the quarterback.
okay.
I mean, he had already thrown an interception and had a fumble earlier in the game.
I actually, if I was him, I probably would have ran it
Ran it.
in. I actually thought he had the run and he tried to force it,
Yeah, he did.
and that was the determinant of the
Yeah, he
game right
did.
there.
He had the run, and I'm pretty sure
So
he rethought about that
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah. So I do want to call out, with Miami and Alabama winning, those was two teams that actually
Surprisingly, they're still
was
in.
was not supposed to get in, right? And both of them end up winning a three loss Alabama team that goes to show why the committee put them in. And then a Miami team that was only at 2 losses, they beat Notre Dame head to head, and that's how they ended up in. So we ain't gonna talk
Who
about
does
the
Notre
next
Dame play
round.
next?
We'll talk about the next round next week, and we'll go through it next week. We still got another week. They all play on the first.
Oh, okay.
All right. That is it in a sports world. I'm a little bit bothered by the Tulane and JMU, as you guys can tell. I just feel like the committee just screwed college football fans, right? Like I'm a fan of the game, even though I'm a Georgia fan. I'm a fan of the game. I love watching good college football, and I felt for these playoffs for the first round, college football committee got it wrong. They screwed it up. They really did.
I
All
agree.
right. Before we jump to who you cutting, you got a question or two? We got 3 minutes
I
left.
have, I have no questions tonight.
That's good. That's good because I don't want to answer none tonight. Um,
Actually, I'm
oh
glad you got a
man.
chance to get that.
Hey, I ain't mad at you for that, man. Hey, you ain't gotta have no questions tonight. Good, because my brain don't feel like thinking anyways. I've been up a lot of hours. I'm probably gonna crash after this.
I gotta
Uh,
eat after this.
but I'm hungry too. But I'm probably gonna skip dinner tonight. Um, I lose weight when I skip dinner.
That's not the worst. I don't know
oh
who
man.
maybe was that.
Go 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 ahead
Otherwise, I'd be real skinny. I
go
would miss
ahead and
all
go
my dinners.
go ahead and
You
go on
already
your
know
rant.
who I'm cutting. I am
That's why
cutting
that's why
all
I'm
the
gonna give
refs.
you 3 minutes. I'm giving you 3 minutes.
I'm
Go on
cutting
your
all the
rant.
refs. From football to basketball, cut. Bad calls all over the board.
So let's start with football first. Why are you cutting them? What happened? What
I'm
happened to make you want to cut the official?
bad calls
So you just in general.
in general. Then the game I just told you about, they should have called the targeting. You have a whole different game at that point. Texas A&M possibly wins if they get score and go for two, which I would
Yeah,
have done if I
yeah,
was them.
yeah.
Um, my Lions have just been getting screwed lately, all every weekend. So I don't. These refs just got it out for them.
Okay.
You know what? I think it's all my teams I root for.
So
I'm finding some things in common here. My team with the refs, the team I root for is like the refs had a conversation. Like, listen, out and out, the energy's out there. We're about to get them on everything.
okay. So
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 y'all all
so
getting cut.
and why are you cutting the basketball officials? You want to talk about that?
Nah, I'm gonna keep that one to myself. They might hop on there and check out the podcast sometime.
so
I don't
so
need
you,
them to
you
add. I don't need them to add extra fuel to the fire. So I'm a
you
just let
you
them
know
know. They know who
you know
you
what?
know who you are.
I'm not cutting anybody today. I'm in a Christmas spirit, guys. It's Christmas week. But I will elaborate a little bit on the
Wishing you a
officials.
very
Um,
merry.
I do think officials have to do better. Like coaches get pushed to do better. Coaches push kids to do better. But no one is holding officials accountable and forcing them to want to be better. And I think that's what needs to change. I think all the way down because I know in college you can send in 10 plays for review. Doesn't mean it's going to change the outcome of the
Yeah,
game,
but
but
it's
it
beneficial.
helps educate, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
agree on that from the
I
official side
think
of
you
it.
should be able to do that in the high school sports as well, because they're like I I'm a firm believer of don't put the game in the officials' hands,
Yeah,
right? I did hurt for my kids on Friday because it was not a good officiated game. It was very inconsistent. I've never had an entire quarter where a team does gets a single foul. They didn't foul at all, but we fouled all the time. I've never had that in my long tenure of coaching playing. It doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, like I told the kids, if we can all just take one mistake that we all made away, that could have potentially not even allowed the officials to make that foul call at the last minute. So
yeah,
that's not political mode. That is Mo my mental mindset and my thought process on that one, and it sucks. And don't get me wrong, it sucks because I think we've lost 2 games last week to teams I projected us beating because we were naturally talented in those teams. And, we lost both of them. One, we just didn't show up to play. And then Friday, I actually thought we showed up to play and it was tough. Let's put it that way in the most positive way. With that, that's all we got. Close us out. Platinum.
Hey, I want to, before I go, wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoy your time with your family and friends. And just remember, it is not about the gifts, it is for a different reason for this season. Just so y'all know that. A little Christmas song for y'all.
And it is about the gift. I better have a good gift. We out.